Hey there, welcome back. If you were a young woman in the 80s, you remember? Fashion wasn't just loud, it was a full-blown performance, and every bizarre trend you once rolled your eyes at ended up in your closet anyway. Number 1. Acid-washed jeans. Acid-washed jeans weren't just denim, they were a science experiment gone glam. Spotted, streaked, and sometimes bleached beyond recognition, these jeans made it look like your washing machine had a nervous breakdown, but they were everywhere. Whether it was Guess, Jordache, or some pair you begged your mom to buy at the mall, acid wash took over closets fast. Skinny, baggy, pegged, you name it. If your jeans didn't look like they'd been attacked by chlorine, were you even in the 80s? Sure, parents complained they looked dirty on purpose, but that was kind of the point. They were rebellious. A little punk, a little pop, and a whole lot of attitude. And admit it, you loved that swooshy sound when you walked in a pair of acid-washed jeans with the perfect crunch to them. Number 2. The Walkman as a fashion accessory.
Take a cassette out of its case, and most people just see an empty box. But Sony saw something quite different.
Now, technically, the Walkman played music, but if you were around in the 80s, you know it doubled as a fashion statement. A belt-clipped Sony Walkman, bright yellow or silver, with foam headphones perched perfectly over your aqua-netted hair? That was a look. People strutted down sidewalks like they were in a music video. You didn't just listen to tunes, you projected vibes, fast walking through the mall with Madonna blasting in your ears. You were basically in your own montage scene. Bonus points if your headphones were color-coordinated with your leg warmers. The Walkman said, "I'm busy, I'm cool, and I've got killer taste in mixtapes." Number 3. Jane Fonda workout tapes and closet fitness gear.
And come up, get on your hands and knees, weight evenly distributed on your hands. These are called Rover's Revenge.
Before there was the Thigh Master, there was Jane Fonda, and she owned the 80s home fitness scene. Her workout tapes hit shelves in 1982, and suddenly everyone was sweating in their living rooms on floral carpet. Leotards, shiny tights, leg warmers, and perky ponytails, exercise had a look, and Jane was the blueprint. You weren't just working out, you were performing, and you weren't alone. The VHS workout craze exploded. Jazzercise, Denise Austin, Richard Simmons, you name it. Even if your VCR ate half your cassettes, that one precious workout tape stayed safe in its plastic clamshell. Now, not everyone stuck with the program. Sometimes the only thing that got a workout was the rewind button. But those tapes gave people a reason to believe that if you just grapevined hard enough in your pastel unitard, you too could have buns of steel and a positive attitude. Number 4. MTV-inspired fashion chaos.
Coming soon on cable, your stereo and TV unite to bring you video music in stereo 24 hours.
MTV didn't just change how we listen to music, it detonated fashion rules. Suddenly, teens and 20-somethings were raiding closets like they were on a dare. Layered mesh tops, lace gloves, denim on denim, ripped tees over neon tights. You could thank or blame Cyndi Lauper, Madonna, and Duran Duran. It was visual overload. Jewelry over gloves, ties over tank tops, hair teased into the stratosphere. Some said it looked like everyone got dressed in the dark backstage at a concert, and maybe they did. But the fun was in the chaos. MTV didn't ask you to look normal, it dared you to look iconic. Number 5. Shoulder pads. If there was one trend that took over everything in the 80s, it was shoulder pads. Blouses, jackets, dresses, even t-shirts came with built-in padding. The idea was power dressing, but some of those pads were so large you could have landed a plane on them. Still, they meant business. You walked into a boardroom or the bank with shoulders like a linebacker and said, "Yes, I am in charge, thanks for noticing." They were mocked, sure, but for a while, the world believed you couldn't be taken seriously without geometric shoulders, and somehow the bigger they got, the more normal they felt. Until one day you saw a photo and thought, wait, was I in the NFL? Before we go any further, quick question. Have you hit that subscribe button yet? If you're enjoying these trips down memory lane, it's the best way to keep them coming. Think of it like taping your favorite show off the TV. You don't want to miss the good stuff. And if you're on Facebook, come hang out there too. Thanks. Number 6. Leg warmers. Leg warmers were originally for dancers. But by 1983, they were for everybody. Pulled-over jeans layered with tights or scrunched down over sneakers, they were a required accessory. You didn't need to be dancing. You didn't even need cold legs. You just needed style. They came in every color, matched your headband or didn't, and added the illusion that you might bust into a flash dance routine at any moment. No one questioned it. You wore them to school. You wore them to the mall. You wore them to not exercise. Were they necessary? Not really. But neither were most things in the 80s, and that's what made them great. Number 7. Chic Jeans, designer and embellished.
I have a terrific figure. 24-inch waist, slim, sexy.
Me too.
And I live in jeans.
Me too.
Chic jeans.
Chic wasn't just an adjective in the 80s. It was stitched right onto your jeans, literally. Chic brand jeans were everywhere, especially in department stores where you dig through stacks looking for your size in high-rise tapered leg glory. These jeans meant business. They hugged every curve like they were tailor-made, with pockets that sat just right and seams that didn't dare sag. Whether you were headed to school, the skating rink, or just loitering near the Orange Julius, chic jeans were part of the uniform. They didn't need rhinestones or gold thread, though some pairs tried. The real draw was that perfect blend of form, function, and affordability. You didn't have to be rich to look put together in a pair of chicks. And let's not forget that thick, embroidered waistband tag. If someone spotted that bold logo above your belt loop, they knew you had taste. And possibly a coupon from Sears. Number 8. Reebok Freestyle High Tops.
Please remain calm. Reebok has taken every reasonable precaution to assure that the colors on our shoes will not overheat.
Fitness took over the 80s, and no shoe rode that wave harder than Reebok Freestyles. White, puffy, and Velcro strapped, these high tops were made for aerobics but found their way into everyday life. People wore them with leggings, miniskirts, stirrup pants, you name it. They gave off a sporty, no-nonsense vibe. Like, yeah, I could drop into a jazzercise routine right now, but I'm just getting a froyo. The double straps and high ankle made them instantly recognizable. You could spot a pair from a mile away, and you probably owned at least 2 colors. Some said they looked orthopedic. Maybe, but they worked. And once they hit, they didn't leave. Number 9. Oversized leather motorcycle jackets. Even if you'd never been near a motorcycle, chances are you had a black leather jacket. Oversized, boxy, and preferably with too many zippers. It was cool, it was rebellious, it was mandatory. The look said, I could cause trouble, even if the most rebellious thing you'd done was rent an R-rated movie. Michael Jackson wore one in Thriller. Madonna wore one over lingerie. Even Cindy Crawford rocked the leather. And those jackets weren't fitted. They hung off your shoulders like armor. Pair them with leggings, a band tee, and feathered hair. Boom. You were ready for the cover of a teen magazine. Number 10. Big plastic earrings. Finally, the cherry on top. Earrings that could double as frisbees. In the 80s, earrings weren't accessories. They were statements. Big, colorful, geometric, neon. Circles, triangles, lightning bolts. If it looked like modern art, it belonged on your ears. No one wore subtle studs. These earrings swung. They matched your swatch, your rubber bracelets, and your jelly shoes. And somehow, despite weighing more than a canned soda, you wore them all day without flinching. Sure, your earlobes protested, but your outfit was complete. And back then, fashion always came with a little pain. So, were these trends strange? Absolutely. But were they iconic? Without question. The 80s weren't afraid to be bold, messy, over the top, and unforgettable, and that's exactly why they're burned into our memories like a curling iron to a crimped bang. Which one of these fads did you rock back in the day? Or which one are you still trying to forget? Drop a comment below, give this video a like, and don't forget to subscribe. There's more neon-drenched nostalgia where this came from. And hey, if you had shoulder pads and leg warmers on at the same time, you're a legend. See you next time.